regular session of the 15th Sangguniang Bayan today, June 16, 2025. Requesting everyone to please stand, our presiding officer, Honorable Attorney Maribeth Estrella Lopez.
Good morning, everyone. This session is now called to order.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang magiliw, helas ng silanganan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyag ka ng mahiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisingil, sa gagatang tunog sa simoy at sa langit ang bagaw, ay nilagang tulagaw.
pleasant morning to everyone. Our Bible passage for today can be found in the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 23 to 24. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Lord Christ you are serving. Let us pray. You may have your sign of the cross. Heavenly Father, we gather before you today in humble gratitude as we open the 145th regular session of the 15th Sangguniang Bayan. We acknowledge your presence in our midst and thank you for the gift of life, the opportunity to serve, and the guidance you continue to provide each one of us. Lord, we ask for calm hearts and a positive mindset today. In moments of challenge and discourse, grant us the grace to listen more, speak wisely, and decide fairly for the welfare of the people we are called to serve. Bless each member of this body with strength, clarity of thought, and purity of intention. May our decisions be rooted in truth, guided by compassion, and aligned with your will. Protect our minds and bodies so we may carry out our duties with energy and good health. Fill our hearts with unity, humility, and understanding. Help us affirm the good in each other and to see this session not only as a duty, but as a chance to uplift our municipality, our fellow workers, and our constituents. Lord, let today be a session of productivity, respect, and wisdom. And when we leave this hall, may we bring with us peace in our hearts, joy in our spirits, and the courage to continue doing what is right. All this we pray in your most holy name. Amen.
Amen. Good morning once again. So let us have the roll call requesting the Honorable Secretary, Ms. Cynthia Raquel Cabinta-Padar.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. Good morning once again. Please acknowledge if your name is called. Vice Mayor Presiding Officer, Honorable Attorney Maribeth Estrella-Lopez.
Present.
Sangguniang Bayan Member, Honorable Nestor G. Paulican. Sangguniang Bayan Member, Honorable Jocelyn Lucenio Perin.
Present.
Sangguniang Bayan Member, Honorable Paul Rich P. Galilea.
Present.
Sangguniang Bayan Member, Honorable Lorraine L. Laure. Sangguniang Bayan Member, Honorable Roy Y. Cabalquinto. Sangguniang Bayan Member, Honorable Attorney Abonjo U. Gaitera. Sangguniang Bayan Member, Honorable Bernard Lawrence L. Zubiri. Sangguniang Bayan Member, Honorable Estrella Cabinta-Cuadrasal. ABC President, Honorable John Lester T. Tan. SK Federation President, Honorable John Sixto S. Calolo.
Present.
IB Mandatory Representative, Honorable Diosdado L. Siberia. Only Honorable Tan is not around, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Nonetheless, considering the number of those present, quorum is hereby declared. Let us now proceed with the proceedings. We are requesting the Honorable Majority Floor Leader, Ms. Jocelyn Lucenio Perin, to help us out with the order of business.
Good morning. I move to dispense the reading of journal and minutes of the previous session.
Second motion.
There's a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes and journals of the previous session, seconded by Honorable Zubiri. Comments? None. Motion is approved.
I move to adopt and approve journal and minutes of the previous session.
Second.
Another motion. It's time to adopt and approve the minutes and journal of the previous session, seconded by Honorable Galilea. Comments? None. Motion is approved.
Next item, reading of referral of proposed measures and communications. May we request Ms. Cynthia Raquel Cabinta-Padar.
Thank you. For the first referral, draft resolution, proponent Honorable Estrella C. Cuadrasal, received on June 9, 2025, entitled Resolution Expressing the August Body's Recognition and Sincere Appreciation to Honorable Attorney Maribeth B. Estrella-Lopez for her commendable performance and invaluable contributions as member of the 13th, 14th, and 15th Sangguniang Bayan and as a Municipal Vice Mayor of the Municipality of Maramag, Province of Bukidnon.
Item number 1 refers to the proponent of draft resolution, Estrella Cuadrasal.
Thank you. Although, as a comment, I have earlier expressed my hesitation on this one being passed, considering that it seems like we are patting our backs because we still belong to the current 15 Sangguniang Bayan, and we are passing this resolution saying that we have done commendable service. But nonetheless, let that be tackled later on. Next, please.
Next item, a draft resolution proponent attorney 𝐒𝐚𝐬𝐬𝐢𝐨𝐧 received on June 9, 2025, entitled Resolution Expressing the August Body's Recognition and Sincere Appreciation to Honorable Jocelyn Inday L. Perin for her invaluable contributions as member of the 13th, 14th, and 15th Sangguniang Bayan of the Municipality of Maramag, Province of Bukidnon.
Item number 2 refers to the proponent, Honorable Attorney Abonjo Gaitera.
Next item,
Okay, next, please.
draft resolution proponent Honorable Nestor G. Paulican received on June 9, 2025, entitled Resolution Expressing the August Body's Recognition and Sincere Appreciation to Honorable Paul Richie P. Galilea for his invaluable contributions as member of the 14th and 15th Sangguniang Bayan of the Municipality of Maramag, Province of Bukidnon.
Item number 3 refers to the proponent of draft resolution, Honorable Nestor Paulican.
Thank you.
Next item, a draft resolution proponent Honorable Roy Y. Cabalquinto received on June 9, 2025, resolution expressing the August Body's recognition and sincere appreciation to Honorable Lorraine L. Lowry for her invaluable contributions as member of the 13th, 14th, and 15th Sangguniang Bayan of the Municipality of Maramag, Province of Bukidnon.
Item number 4 refers to the proponent, Honorable Roy Cabalquinto.
14th and 15th only, no? Let the corrections be noted later on. But
14.
14th and 15th.
Yes.
Anyway, sige. Now, next, please.
Next item, Ordinance Number 1, Series of 2025 of Barangay La Rojas, Maramag, Bukidnon, received on June 10, 2025. Proposed Barangay New Omnibus Tax Ordinance of Barangay La Rojas, Maramag, Bukidnon.
Item number 5 refers Joint Committee on Laws and Barangay Affairs.
Okay, thank you.
Just today, Honorable Presiding Officer, item number 6, letter from the Office of the Municipal Mayor received on June 16, 2025, requesting the Sangguniang for passage of resolution authorizing the local chief executive to enter into contract of service with the Gay Lesbian Association of Maramag, or GLAM. Please consider this matter as urgent.
Item number 6 refers to the Committee on Laws.
Thank you.
And another item, letter from the Office of the Municipal Mayor received on June 16, 2025, requesting the Sangguniang Bayan for passage of resolution authorizing the local chief executive to enter into contract of service with TKG Lights and Sound Rental. Please consider this matter as urgent as well.
Item number 7 refers to the Committee on Laws.
That would be all. For the
Okay.
communications, Honorable Presiding
Yeah, but
Officer.
anyway, for those certified as urgent, please make sure that the resource persons would be around later on when we take this up in the unassigned portion of today's session. Please continue.
Next item, for communications, letter signed by Honorable Faustino M. Lumacang, Punong Barangay of Camp 1, Maramag, Bukidnon, received on June 10, 2025, requesting the Sangguniang Bayan for a copy of the minutes of the public hearing conducted last February 26, 2025, to the barangay government's intent to apply for a special patent over Lot 1, CCS 10-004111, containing an area of 231 square meters located at Purok 1B, Maramag, Bukidnon.
That's noted, but just as advance information to the members of the body, I was able to talk to Mr. The name of the owner, Mr. Zabaliero, that he intends to file a case against the Sangguniang Bayan with respect to its decision for granting the application of Barangay Camp 1 to to apply for a special patent over Lot 1 CCS-10-04000411, which was handled by the Committee of Honorable Gaitera. So, but before that happens, if you can come up with some negotiations, although I won't be part of the incoming Sangguniang, the 16th SB, but then again, we would not wish that be a burden that will also be hurdled by the 16th SB. So if you can maybe talk it out with the punong barangay, and just, if there is nothing that can be done, then so be it. Let it be something that will be faced by the 16th SB. But just giving you the advance information on that, of the intention to file a case, which was expressed by Mr. Zaballero. So, anyway, at any rate, if the Sangguniang Bayan is confident that it has done its part in threshing out all the matters related to its decision, then there's nothing to fear. And then, okay, since it's a request for the minutes of the public hearing, to the secretary, to the honorable secretary, please furnish the same as requested by the Punong Barangay of Camp 1, Honorable Faustino M. Lumacang. By the way, before we proceed, we acknowledge the presence of Honorable John Lester Tan, Malaktan. And that makes it a perfect attendance for our session today. So a round of applause for that one. No? We are all here in the session hall. So can we please proceed?
Next item.
For the item number 2, letter from the Office of the Municipal Mayor inviting all the Sangguniang Bayan members to witness and take part in the conduct of the National Simultaneous Earthquake Drill, NSED, full-scale exercise scheduled on June 19, 2025, 8 o'clock in the morning at the Municipal Grounds, Municipal Hall, Maramag, Bukidnon.
Relative to this, I was informed by our Municipal Administrator, Attorney 𝐒𝐚𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬 tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, but is it expressed in the letter? It's just mentioned to me that the actual exercise will be done on June 19. But there's going to be a practice tomorrow. So we will just clarify, but I think it's going to be in the morning, 8 o'clock. So everybody's invited. In fact, strongly urged to be present during the practice as well as during the final drill that will be conducted on June 19, 2025. Although this early, I said I have to clear my schedule because I have a prior commitment in Cagayan de Oro City, but that remains to be seen. I'll try my best to be there on June 19. Anyway, that's noted. Again, June 19, 2025, 8 o'clock in the morning. Practice pa lang siya yung 19? Tomorrow. Oh, there's going to be a practice tomorrow. Please be present during the practice tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning. Please assemble here in the legislative building. The scheduled practice will take place at the municipal grounds, but be present as well during the actual NSED, National Simultaneous Earthquake Drill on June 19, 8 o'clock in the morning. So, is that all?
Honorable President, with special participation of Honorables Quadrasal and Honorable Laure on June 19.
Yes. Special participation worth watching. For that reason alone, no one should be absent, if only to witness how they are going to perform. So, can we continue?
That would
also?
be all from the Secretary's table, Honorable Presiding Officer. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. Ms. Raquel, next please.
Next item, privilege hour. Any member of Sangguniang Bayan who want to avail the privileged speech? If there is none, next item is question hour, so no invited visitors this morning. Business for the day, committee reports number 1, Committee on Education.
Good morning to the August body and to everyone present. Committee report number 1, dated June 16, 2025, addressed to the presiding officer, subject draft ordinance received on January 23, 2025, entitled An Ordinance Prescribing the Use of Maramag Literature as Supplementary Reading Materials for the Students of Maramag, Bukidnon, and for its purpose, creating the Quality Assurance and Review Board, establishing guidelines and appropriating funds therefore. Proponent, yours truly, submitted by Committee on Education, Culture, Science, Arts, and Technology. Findings and recommendations. Section 13, Article 15 of the 1987 Constitution of the Philippines provides that the state shall foster the preservation, enrichment, and dynamic evolution of a Filipino national culture based on the principle of unity and diversity. 2 Republic Act number 10533, also known as the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013, emphasizes the need for learner-centered, developmentally appropriate, and culturally relevant teaching and learning materials that conform to the standards and principles of the K-12 basic education curriculum. 3, the Municipality of Maramag recognizes the importance of promoting literacy and fostering cultural awareness among elementary and secondary students through the use of literature that reflects the local culture, traditions, history, and values. 4, there's a need to establish a Quality Assurance and Review Board, or QARB, to oversee the development, review, and implementation of literature-based supplementary reading materials to ensure their quality, cultural relevance, and alignment with educational standards. 5, on June 13, 2024, 11:20 in the morning, committee hearing pertaining to the draft ordinance literature-based supplementary reading materials ordinance of Maramag, Bukidnon was conducted at the office of yours truly with the following attendees. Yours truly, Chairperson, Committee on Education, Culture, Science, Arts, and Technology, Honorable 𝐒𝐿𝐧, Committee Member, Education, Culture, Science, and Technology, Engineer Robert A. Labadan, Municipal Plan Development Coordinator, MPDO, Ms. Macy Paglinang, Budget Officer 3, Ms. Jalan Hope S. Helia, or Jelia, Administrative A4, Clerk 2, MMO, Ms. Sharon S. Manansala, Master Teacher 1, MSS Maramag District 1, Ms. Lydia B. Abukayan, PSDS DepEd Maramag District 2, and Ms. Cindy Ray O. Parohinog, Secretary of the PSDS DepEd Maramag District 2. 6, the following has transpired during the committee hearing. A, Ms. Lydia B. Abukayan, Public Schools District Supervisor of DepEd Maramag District 2, clarified the amount of 100,000 is specifically allocated for the operating expenses of the QARB committee. Yours truly suggested that the LGU and DepEd logos be placed in a clearly visible spot in the book to acknowledge their contribution. C, to ensure consistency and sustainability across different administrations, the supplementary materials of Maramag literature will be officially designated as property of the LGU instead of the Department of Education. D, yours truly suggested to include the Municipal Plan and Development Coordinator as member of the QARB. 7, Section 2, the draft ordinance aims to institutionalize the inclusion of Maramag literature in local educational institutions as supplementary reading materials. It seeks to provide students with access to literary works that embody the history, culture, traditions, and values of the people of Maramag. 8, Section 6 specifies the composition, functions, and responsibilities of the QARB. Composition, the Quality Assurance and Review Board shall be composed of the chairperson, SB chairperson of the Committee on Education, members, Public Schools Division, District Supervisor, District 1, 2, and 3, different school heads from each district as listed and designated by the PSDS, master teachers as designated by the PSDS, Secretariat, 1 designated from the Legislative Department and 1 designated from the Executive Department, and the Municipal Planning and Development Coordinator. B, functions and responsibilities of the Quality Assurance and Review Board: identify, evaluate, and recommend literature for use as supplementary reading materials, ensure the alignment of materials with the DepEd curriculum and standards, promote the integration of local culture, history, and traditions in the materials, oversee the distribution and utilization of the materials, establish guidelines and criteria for the selection, review, and approval of Maramag literature as supplementary reading materials, review and evaluate submitted literary works based on quality, cultural significance, and educational relevance, coordinate with the Department of Education for the integration of approved materials into the curriculum, conduct periodic reviews of approved materials to ensure continued relevance and quality, recommend policies for the promotion and use of Maramag literature in schools, 9, the CORB shall establish and publish specific guidelines for the submission, review, and approval of Maramag literature. These guidelines shall include but not be limited to the literary and cultural value of work, relevance to the educational curriculum and developmental needs of the students, alignment with the principles of and objectives of Republic Act Number 10533 or the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013, sensitivity to cultural diversity and inclusivity. Section 10, Section 7 outlines the following specific guidelines governing the utilization of supplementary reading materials. A, selection and development. Priority shall be given to literature that reflects the cultural heritage, history, and values of Maramag. Materials shall be age-appropriate, inclusive, and aligned with the K-12 curriculum. B, language. Materials may be written in Filipino, English, Filipino, or local dialects. C, distribution. Approved materials shall be distributed to public schools and shall not be available for sale. Use. Approved materials shall be strictly for classroom use only. Teacher orientation. Teachers shall undergo training on how to effectively integrate the materials in their lessons. Monitoring and feedback. DepEd Maramag in coordination with the CORB shall monitor the implementation and gather feedback for improvement. Section 8, appropriation of funds, provides that a minimum annual appropriation of 100,000 pesos shall be allocated to ensure the effective implementation of the ordinance sourced from the Special Education Fund and other available local funds. The appropriated amount shall be utilized for the following key activities: development, evaluation, and review of literature, monitoring and evaluation activities. Section 9, implementing rules and regulations, provides that the CORB, in coordination with the Maramag, shall formulate the necessary implementing rules and regulations within 60 days after the enactment of the ordinance. Section 10, penalty clause, provides that the unauthorized reproduction, distribution, or misuse of materials without approval of CORB will be subject to liability under Republic Act 8293 at the discretion of the court. 14, now therefore, the committee hereby recommends to enact an ordinance prescribing use of Maramag literature as supplementary reading materials for the students of Maramag, Bukidnon, and for this purpose, creating the Quality Assurance and Review Board, establishing guidelines and appropriating funds therefore. Submitted by yours truly as chairperson, according with its members, Honorable Jocelyn L. Corin and Honorable Estrella C. Cuadrasal. I move for the adoption of the committee report.
Motion to adopt the report seconded by Honorable Cabalquinto. Comments? None. Motion is approved. Let's hear the discussion.
None.
Comment from the presiding officer.
Yes.
Just for in the penalty clause, says provides that any unauthorized reproduction, distribution, or misuse of the materials without the approval of the Quality Assurance and Review Board. The misuse would definitely be without the approval. So
Okay.
parang it's
Okay.
inconsistent, no?
Yes.
So probably what we can include there is any reproduction or distribution or utilization
Should have-
without the
yes,
prior
okay.
approval.
Okay.
But not the misuse because definitely
It's going to be misused
it's
without
going to
approval.
be disapproved.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just on ano lang. A suggestion.
Yes. Okay.
So maybe can the
Same.
the chairperson as well as being the proponent can make a
Yeah.
motion to that
Yeah.
effect to, I don't know how it will go in your motion.
I'll just generalize it na lang with the necessary recommendation.
Okay, so, but at any rate, there's a suggestion from the presiding officer. Any discussion from the body? This is actually a very good piece of legislation, and it's going to be a landmark legislation,
Yes.
I believe, because it's going to be the first time ever, and this could,
Maybe they needed the background.
huh?
Maybe I have to discuss the background.
Yeah, maybe, just to give the body
An idea.
more information on the matter, how come that we were able to come up with this draft ordinance?
Okay. Actually, the Maramag, I think it's spearheaded by Dr. Lydia Abocayan. They, how do you call this, created or going to publish mga libro ni siya, set of libro, first batch nga this will entail kaning mga legends sa Maramag. So sa 20 ka barangays. So kani siya is dili lang teachers ang nagmugnaan giapil nila ang kaning ato ang mga IPMR o katong mga nangaraan yun sa kada barangay. So for example kaning sa Mount Calayo, kuan nila reference, di lang ko sure kung kinsa, but then every kuan kaning mga nangaraan na dire gikuan po nila reference, gikuan nila og gi-interview pod nila. Aya nila na-come up ning libro nga kada barangay nagkuha gid sila og unsay history ani nga lugar. So sa 20 barangay. So gi-suggest namo nga dili lang English ang iyahang nanang mode of kuan sa iyahang kuan apil na dapat binukid and or Cebuana and Tagalog. So sa second batch is I believe for tourism ang ilahang ginakuan karon ginahimo, and then the third batch will be about history about kaning mga past people nga mga local heroes, what they call like former mayors. Yes, Honorable Quadrasal.
Yes, Honorable Quadrasal. Please use the
Your mic.
microphone.
Additional sa istorya ni Honorable Loren, ang copies is mo stay diri sa ato.
Na ay ihatag sa archive actually.
Okay, para kuno kung mawala dito sa ila, nasa ato ang mga copies.
So this would be all localized. The content, even the language. And it will also be mainly used by our schools. So it's something very customized to our needs.
Customized kay since pwede man sila na may local curriculum nga pwede nila inject dito ang around 1 hour na reading, then katulang siya ang gamiton na reading material. So para ma-inject po sa ato ang kultura and mas maano pa nila ang Maramag.
So
Maila-ila.
no more discussion. What's the pleasure of the chairperson?
If there aren't any more discussions, I move for this item to be included for the third and final reading for today's regular session with the recommended modification.
Okay, there's a motion to include the item for third and final reading in today's session, seconded by Honorable Quadrasal. Is there any comment before I bang the gavel to close the discussion on this? And is there any comment on the motion, or what is the comment?
Madam Presiding Officer.
Yes, Honorable Paulican.
Mangutan ako regarding sa funds. Pilay budget.
Actually, kuanan siya og minimum og 100,000, but this is going to be for 2026 na. Kuhaon sa Special Education Fund.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So
Presiding Officer.
there is no comment on the pending motion. It's already seconded by Honorable Quadrasal to include the item for third and final reading today's session. No comment. There being no comment, motion is approved. Let's
Next item, number 2, Committee on Laws.
Good morning again. Committee report number 2 dated June 16, 2025. Addressed to the presiding officer, subject draft ordinance received on June 2, 2022. Entitled An Ordinance Prescribing Rules and Regulations on the Establishment, Franchising, Licensing, Operations, and Maintenance of Cockpits and Cockfighting in the Municipality of Maramag, Bukidnon. Proponents, yours truly, and former SB member Ruben R. Villapaz. Submitted by Committee on Laws, Rules, Ethics, and Regulations. Findings and Recommendation 1. As specifically stated in Section 447, Paragraph 3, Subparagraph 5 of the Local Government Code, Sangguniang Bayan is the legislative body is empowered and authorized to license and grant franchise for the establishment, operation, and maintenance of cockpits, as well as to regulate cockfighting activities and gamecock breeding with its territorial jurisdiction, provided, however, that existing rights are not prejudiced. To the former Sangguniang Bayan of Maramag enacted Ordinance Number 16, Series of 1997, entitled An Ordinance Regulating the Establishment, Operation, and Maintenance of Cockpits, requiring payment of taxes, fees, and other charges, and imposing penalties for violation thereof. 3, upon review, the said ordinance was found to lack essential provisions which could only be addressed through the enactment of a new and updated cockfighting ordinance in lieu of Ordinance Number 16, Series of 1997, which was enacted and approved 25 years ago and is now considered outdated. 4, a committee hearing was conducted on August 4, 2022, 10:45 to 11:30 in the morning at the legislative meeting room with the following attendees. Yours truly as the chairperson, Honorable Roy Y. Cabalquinto, committee member, Honorable Attorney Abundio Gaitera, committee member, Police Lieutenant Colonel Julius Clark Prisco M. Macarrero IV, Officer in Charge, Maramag MPS, Ms. Nerjin B. Cantil, Municipal Treasurer, Ms. Maria Feti Macanim, Municipal Building Official, Mr. John Aldrin O. Abella, Admin Officer 4, Mr. Ruel E. Asok, Licensing Officer 3, Mr. Rosalio Aclerigo, Draftsman 2, and 5, the following has transpired during the committee hearing. Mr. Abella suggested to include in the ordinance the requirements for the issuance of the legislative franchise. B. Ms. Cantil suggested that cockfighting officials be required to obtain occupational permit. C. Police Lieutenant Colonel Macariola suggested to require franchise holders to apply for renewal with the Sangguniang at least 30 days before the expiration of the legislative franchise. D. Mr. Abella suggested to include in the ordinance provisions on what happens to the legislative franchise if the franchise holder dies. E. Police Lieutenant Colonel Macariola raised concerns regarding the issuance of special permits for conducting tari-tari. He pointed out that the Presidential Decree Number 4 does not specifically authorize barangays to hold such events. Furthermore, he suggested to include in the ordinance an exemption for cockfighting held during indigenous peoples' rituals, provided that these do not involve any form of monetary betting. 6, a committee hearing was conducted on February 15, 2023, 10 to 10:30 in the morning at the legislative meeting room with the following attendees. A. Yours truly as committee chairperson, B. Honorable Roy Y. Cabalquinto, committee member, C. Honorable Alex D. Atchas, committee member, D. Police Captain Teresita L. Manejero, Deputy COP, Maramag MPS, E. Ms. Elena B. Rabaya, Municipal Local Government Operations Officer, F. Ms. Narajan B. Cantil, Municipal Treasurer, Mr. John Aldrin Awabele, Admin Officer, Mr. Robeli Asok, Licensing Officer 3, Mr. Everildo S. Barbaneda Jr., Admin Aid 4, and Ms. Grazo Joy C. Navarro from Maramag MPS. 7, the following has transpired during the committee hearing. A. Ms. Rabaya stated that based on a DILG opinion, cockfighting is permitted only within licensed cockpit arenas. B. Police Captain Manijero stated that under Philippine National Police Policy, tari-tari is generally prohibited. However, in Maramag, an internal agreement between the municipal mayor and the chief of police allows tari-tari to be conducted upon request by the barangay, provided it is held for 1 day only. Though in practice, some may have been conducted during araw ng Purok celebrations as well. Si Ms. Cantil informed the body that collection of both franchise tax and amusement tax on admission is a provincial imposition. She stated that according to the provincial treasurer, the municipal treasurer may be deputized to handle its collection. The Honorable Atcha suggested the inclusion of a provision in the ordinance that would prohibit the same person, corporation, association, cooperative, or any other legal entity from owning, operating, or participating in the operation and management of more than one cockpit arena within the municipality in order to prevent monopolistic practices. A. Mr. Abella conveyed the recommendation of Honorable Attorney Dormal to include a provision that prohibits any local government official or employee from directly or indirectly having any pecuniary interest regardless of value in any cockpit licensed by the local government unit of Maramag. 8, a public hearing was conducted on April 12, 2023, 1:30 to 4:33 in the afternoon at the legislative meeting room with the following attendees. Yours truly, committee chairperson, Honorable Alex D. Atchas, committee member, Honorable Attorney Maribeth E. Lopez, Municipal Vice Mayor, Honorable Nestor G. Paulican, SB member, Honorable Jocelyn L. Purlin, SB member, Honorable Attorney Abundio Gaitera, SB member, Honorable Estrella C. Cudasal, SB member, Honorable Adriano D. Balaba, Punong Barangay Dagumbaan, Honorable Paquito A. Catin Jr., Punong Barangay Panagtalan, Engineer Maria Feti Macanim, Municipal Building Official, OBO, Forester Concepcion C. Pacatang, Senior Environment Management Specialist, Mr. Jeffrey V. Juan, Zoning Officer 3, Mr. Adriano Perez, Licensing Officer MTO, Mr. Franklin C. Ledesma, Head and Ordinance and Traffic Enforcers, Ms. Gloria Jane M. Nolinay, Admin Assistant 2, Honorable Eugenio D. Labareno, Barangay Kagawad, Panagtalan, Honorable John Ilo Senyo, Barangay Kagawad Base Camp, Honorable Victor J. Amata, Barangay Kagawad, South Poblacion, Attorney Oliver Owen L. Garcia, President, Bukidnon Cockpit Operators Association, Attorney Feby Copidaleta, Counsel, Attorney Jovan B. Gascon, Counsel, Attorney Feby Catherine Timog, Counsel, Mrs. Luzminda Z. Balaba, Participant, Ms. Chris Marian C. Balaba, Participant, Mr. Jimmy A. Galilea, Participant, Mr. Robinson Garcia III, Participant, and Ms. Tara Balistoy, Participant. 9. The following has transpired during the public hearing. A. Attorney Oliver Owen L. Garcia informed the body that, pursuant to existing laws and regulations, cooperatives are now exclusively registered with the Cooperative Development Authority, or CDA, and that the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, no longer has jurisdiction over the registration of cooperatives. B. Attorney Feby Copidaleta requested clarification on the distinction between a natural person and a juridical person that has been granted a franchise. Si Honorable Attorney Yu Gaytera inquired about the status of or disposition of the franchise in the event that the corporation holding it is dissolved or ceases to exist. The Honorable Attorney Gaytera inquired whether a public official is permitted to purchase stocks in a corporation, considering that the corporation is a separate or juridical legal person distinct from its individual shareholders. The Attorney Lahita commented that the requirements set forth in the ordinance, especially in the mandate for a soundproof and air-conditioned arena, are quite stringent, and questioned whether investors would be able to recover their return of investment, or ROI, within 10 years. If Honorable Attorney Gaytera inquired whether the franchise would be canceled if a member of a corporation holding the franchise runs for public office. G. Honorable Alex D. Atcha suggested to include a provision specifying a minimum distance requirement to address and prevent traffic congestion. H. Honorable Attorney Maribeth E. Lopez suggested to include in the ordinance a provision requiring the allocation of adequate parking space. I, yours truly, informed the body that pertaining to special cockfights held within the barangay. Yours truly needs to consult the municipal mayor to determine the permitted number of days for such event. Attorney Garcia informed the body that Bukidnon has the highest incidence of illegal cockfights, or tari-tari. Accordingly, other localities do not hold cockfights during fiesta, araw ng barangay, or araw ng purok celebration. Kay Honorable Nestor J. Paulican clarified that the allowed tari-tari in the barangay applies only to araw ng barangay and does not include araw ng purok. L. Honorable Alex D. Atchas emphasized that the permit issued by the municipal mayor is intended for tabo-tabo. However, during araw celebrations, various activities such as sports events are already scheduled, and cockfighting is considered part of these events. M. Attorney Garcia emphasized the need for fairness and balance, stressing the discrepancy between the one-day operation limit for licensed cockpits and the 3-day allowance for special cockfights held in the barangays. And Attorney Garcia warned the body that the former municipal mayor of Cabanlangsan was convicted for issuing a special permit for tari-tari and pointed out the legal risks of doing the same. O. Attorney Lahita pointed out that the imposition of 1,000 complaint and protest fee may discourage individuals from raising concerns regarding the issuance of franchise and cockpit operations would no longer do so, since the ordinance provides a complaint and protest fee in the amount of 1,500 pesos. P. Attorney Garcia stated that the proposed 200,000 for franchise fee would be the highest and most expensive in the entire province of Bukidnon, and that the municipality of Maramag would be the first to enact such an ordinance following the COVID-19 pandemic. Q. Attorney Garcia raised concerns regarding the occupational fees proposed for cockfighting officials, since lawyers, doctors, optometrists, dentists, and other professionals only pay 300 pesos annually for the professional tax, yet Municipality of Maramag plans to collect 1,000 from cockfighting officials. He then inquired as to what interventions or services the municipality would provide in return for these fees. Based on these considerations, he suggested to lower the amount of fees. Our Mr. Adriano Perez pointed out the amount of fees was calculated in accordance with the toolkit provided by the Bureau of Local Government and Finance, or BLGF. As Attorney Lahita expressed that requiring an air-conditioned cockpit arena would impose an additional financial burden on the investor. Attorney Garcia added that based on his experience during the pandemic, illnesses such as the flu and the common cold tend to spend more quickly in air-conditioned establishments, particularly in cockpit arenas where people are shouting in close proximity. T. Attorney Garcia raised a concern regarding how the ordinance would enforce penalties against a corporation that violates its provisions, specifically questioning how a juridical entity could be subjected to imprisonment. Attorney Garcia suggested to include a provision that addresses the proper disposal of proceeds derived from the tari-tari. 10. On June 13, 2025 at 1:52 to 3 p.m. in the afternoon, an en banc hearing was conducted at the Sangguniang Bayan Session Hall with the following attendees. A. Honorable Attorney Maribeth Estrella Lopez, Municipal Vice Mayor, Presiding Officer, yours truly. Honorable Nestor G. Paulican, SB Member. Honorable Roy Y. Cabalquinto, SB Member. Honorable Attorney Yu Gaytera, SB Member. Honorable Bernard Lawrence L. Zubir, SB Member. Honorable Estrella C. Cuadrasal, SB Member. Honorable John Sixto Escalolo, SK Federation President. Police Lieutenant Colonel Alexander E. Eugenio, OIC Chief of Police, Maramag MPS. Ms. Ameline M. Obial, Licensing Officer 3, Admin Office. 11. During the en banc hearing, the body agreed to the following. A. To include an endorsement from the Philippine Game Foul Commission, or PGC, as requirement for the issuance of the legislative franchise. B. That the legislative franchise shall be valid for 5 years with a corresponding amount of 250,000 pesos. C. To allow the conduct of special cockfights only during Fiesta and Araw ng barangay celebrations for a maximum of 3 days per year, subject to prior permit from the Chief of Police and approved resolution from the Sangguniang Bayan. 8. That cockpit operators of arenas established prior to the enactment of the ordinance must apply for a legislative franchise and adhere with the provisions of the ordinance within 120 days after its enactment. Failure to comply shall entitle the local government of Maramag to order the closure of the cockpit. Now, Section 5 of the ordinance provides that the cockpit must be owned, operated, and managed by the following. A. Filipino citizen not otherwise prohibited by law or by existing ordinances. B. Corporations or associations as well as groups of individuals whose capitalization is entirely 100% Filipino-owned and formed, organized, established, and licensed for this purpose. And C. Cooperatives duly registered with the Cooperative Development Authority, or CDA. 13. Section 6 prohibit the same person, corporation, association, cooperative, and other legal entities from owning, operating, or participating in the management of more than one cockpit arena within the municipality of Maramag. However, this restriction shall not apply to individuals who merely hold shares in a corporation or the juridical entity, as such entities are recognized as separate and distinct juridical persons. 14. Section 7 prohibits public officials and employees of Maramag who have a family member within the third civil degree of consanguinity relationship by blood and affinity relationship by marriage, who are also public officials or employees of the local government of Maramag, from having direct or indirect interest in the ownership, operation, and management of a cockpit arena within the municipality. Section 15, Section 9 provides that the municipality of Maramag, with its population of more than 100,000, may allow 2 cockpits to operate in the municipality. 16. Section 10 prohibits any person, corporation, association, or cooperative from operating cockpit arena without first obtaining a legislative franchise from the Sangguniang Bayan. The said franchise must be granted through an ordinance. Furthermore, the legislative franchise is a mandatory requirement for the issuance of a license to operate or business permit by the municipal mayor. 17. Section 11 enumerates the requirements for the issuance of legislative franchise. 18. Section 12 provides a legislative franchise to be valid for 5 years and may be renewed for the same period unless revoked by the Sangguniang Bayan due to violations. The franchise holder may file an application for renewal with the Sangguniang Bayan no later than 30 days before the expiration of the franchise. The renewal shall likewise be granted through enactment of an ordinance. 19. The legislative franchise shall be cancelled or revoked under the following circumstances. A. If the franchise holder, whether a natural or juridical person, fails to operate continuously for a period of 3 years. B. If the franchise holder fails to pay all taxes and fees and charges due to the municipal treasurer's office. C. If the franchise holder fails to secure a valid business license permit within the period prescribed in the ordinance. D. If for whatever reason the franchise holder voluntarily decides not to operate the cockpit arena. E. In the event of death of the franchise holder if natural person. And F. In the case of dissolution of the corporation, association, cooperative, or any other juridical entity holding the franchise. 20. If the franchise holder or any of his or her relatives within the third degree of consanguinity, relationship of blood, or affinity is elected or appointed to a public office or government position in the local government of Maramag, the legislative franchise shall not be automatically cancelled or revoked. However, the franchise holder shall be disqualified from renewing the franchise if, at the time of renewal, such relative still holds public office or government employment within the local government, unless that such public officer or employee has divested himself or herself of ownership in the cockpit. 21. Section 13 provides that the legislative franchise granted by Sangguniang Bayan is non-transferable. The franchise holder is prohibited from selling, assigning, leasing, granting the use of or otherwise transferring the franchise, including any rights and privileges acquired thereunder, to any person, natural or juridical. Any unauthorized transfer in any form shall constitute a violation and shall result in the cancellation or revocation of the legislative franchise. 22. Section 14 provides that following the issuance of legislative franchise through an ordinance from the Sangguniang Bayan, the franchise holder shall secure a business permit from the Business Permit and Licensing Division, or BPLD, before the cockpit is allowed to operate. 23, Section 15 enumerates the requirements for the licensing of cockpits. 24, Section 16 provides that the cockpit must be constructed and operated only within the appropriate areas as prescribed in the municipality's recent and updated zoning ordinance and other applicable laws. It must be at least 200 meters away from national highways. It must be constructed at least 200 meters away from residential and commercial areas, hospitals, school buildings, churches, government buildings, and other public structures. Section 17 provides that the cockpit must be 10 kilometers away from another cockpit. If there are two more, priority shall be granted to the cockpit that commenced operations first. The 10-kilometer restriction applies even if the cockpit is located in a different municipality or city, except when the cockpit in Maramag was the first to operate. Section 18 provides that cockfighting shall be permitted only in duly licensed cockpit arenas on Sundays and legal holidays. On the other hand, cockfighting is strictly prohibited on the following days: December 30, Rizal Day; June 12, Independence Day; November 30, Bonifacio Day; Holy or Monday, Thursday, Good Friday, Election Referendum Day, as well as registration day for such election and referendum. 27, Section 19 provides that the cockfights may only be officiated by duly registered cockfighting officials. No officials shall preside over any regular special cockfight without first securing an occupational permit, which must be renewed annually on or before January 20. The municipal mayor reserves the right to revoke the occasional permit at any time if deemed necessary in the interest of the public. 28, according to the LG Opinion Number 124, Series of 2024, under the LGC, the mayor does not have the authority to issue special permits for cockfighting. Instead, this authority is vested in the Sangguniang, which has the legal mandate to license the establishment and operation of cockpits and related activities. Furthermore, Section 5 of Presidential Decree Number 449, Cockfighting Law of 1974, provides that the cockfighting shall be allowed only in licensed cockpits during Sundays and legal holidays and during local fiestas for not more than 3 days upon resolution of the municipality, subject to the approval of the Chief of Constabulary or his authorized representative. Therefore, the herein subject ordinance departs from the traditional practice where the municipal mayors issue special permits for the conduct of special cockfights. 29, Section 20 and Section 21 provides that the following special cockfights shall not be allowed unless authorized through a resolution duly passed by Sangguniang and with prior permit from the Chief of Police. A special cockfight sessions pintakasi during Fiesta and Ara Barangay for a period of not exceeding 3 days per year. B, cultural cockfights of the indigenous people, simayaan, panalawahig, panagbugta ritual held for a period not exceeding 3 days. C, 2-cock derby. D, 3-cock derby, 4-cock derby, 5-cock derby, international derby, ordinary and special, and cockfights for the entertainment of foreign dignitaries, tourists, or returning Filipinos commonly known as balikbayans, or for the support of fundraising campaigns for charitable purposes. Section 22 provides that the complaints and protests concerning the issuance of legislative franchise shall be filed and decided upon the Sangguniang Bayan. Section 31, Section 23 provides that the pursuant to Section 137 of the LGC, Article 226 of its implementing rules and regulations, only provinces and cities can impose and collect franchise taxes from business granted or a franchise to operate. This section tasks the municipal treasurer to formally request the provincial government of Bukidnon through the provincial treasurer to deputize the municipal treasurer for the purpose of collecting the franchise tax related to the operation of cockpit arenas within the municipality of Maramag. 32, Section 24 provides that pursuant to Section 140A of the Local Government Code, the province has the authority to collect an amusement tax up to 30% on admission fees from the places like cockpit arenas. Furthermore, Section 140E of the same code states that the tax collected should be shared equally between the province and the municipality where such amusement places are located. This section tasks the municipal treasurer to formally request the provincial government of Bukidnon through the provincial treasurer to deputize the municipal treasurer to assist in the collection of amusement tax on admission to cockpits within the municipality of Maramag. 33, Section 25 provides that the following fees and charges imposed by the ordinance shall be paid at municipal treasurer office with A, legislative franchise, 250,000, which is valid for 5 years. Application filing fee, 15,000. Annual cockpit permit fee, 6,000. Annual occupational permit fee for the following cockfighting officials: bet manager, 1,000. Bet taker, 1,000. Cashier, 1,000. Cock taker, 1,000. Derby matchmaker, 1,000. Gaffer, 1,000. Pit manager, 2,000. Promoter host, 2,000. Referee, 1,000. E-filing fee for special cockfights. Special cockfights, 2,000 per day. Cultural cockfights of indigenous people, 1,000 per day. 2-cock derby, 4,000 per day. 3-cock derby, 6,000 per day. 4-cock derby, 12,000 per day. And 5-cock derby, 4,000 per day. Per Sultada International Derby, ordinary 1,000, special 2,000. Cockfights held for the entertainment of the foreign dignitaries or for tourists or for returning Filipinos, commonly known as balikbayan, and for cockfights held to support fundraising campaign for charitable purposes, 1,000. F. Special fees to be withheld from the owner of the winning cocks. Winning cocks on regular and special cockfights, 50 per cock, and winning cocks on derbies, 100 per cock. 34. Section 26 provide that if the prescribed fees are not paid within the specified deadline, the payer shall be subjected to a surcharge equal to 25% of the original amount due, plus a monthly interest of 2% for a period of not exceeding 36 months. 35. Section 27 requires a cockpit operator to maintain a book of accounts and records related to their operation. 36. Section 28, cockpit owners to comply the following: provision of sufficient parking space, installation of closed-circuit televisions, provision of soundproof and air-conditioned arena, provision of adequate lighting and ventilation, potable water supply, sanitary facilities, including food stalls and other business establishment with corresponding permits from the municipal government, maintenance of peace and order, prohibition of carrying of deadly weapons, provision of designated smoking areas, provision of designated smoking areas, prohibition on the sale and consumption of intoxicating liquors, mandatory wearing of uniforms for cockfighting officials, and prohibition of persons under 18 years old to participate as a bettor or spectator. 37. Other miscellaneous provisions are as follows. A. Before each derby, the cockpit operator must inform either the chief of police, the head of ordinance enforcers, or the barangay tanod in charge of the area. B. Before the derby, the cockpit operator must visit the MTO to get tickets for the collection of amusement tax on admission. And C. The cockpit operator must notify the municipal treasurer's office at least 1 week before any scheduled derby. 38. Section 29 provides penalties for the different violations in the provisions of the ordinance, such as: A. Holding cockfights on prohibited days. B. Officiating cockfights and or allowing a cockfighting official to officiate without an occupational permit. C. Promoting or holding special cockfights without prior permit from the Chief of Police and Sangguniang Bayan resolution. D. Failure to withhold special fees from the winnings of the owners of winning cocks who does not remit the same to the Municipal Treasurer's Office. And E. Violations on the miscellaneous provisions of the ordinance. And F. Operators and bettors of illegal cockfights or tari-tari. 39. Section 30 provides that all cockfighting paraphernalia, gamecocks, and proceeds derived from illegal cockfighting or tari-tari shall be confiscated by the authorized officers and shall be forfeited in favor of the LGU. 40. Section 31 provides that the following authorities are empowered to apprehend individuals involved in illegal cockfights and those who violate the ordinance: police officers of Maramag Municipal Police Station, Criminal Investigation Detection Group of the Philippine National Police, Military Augmentation Force assigned in Municipality of Maramag, Municipal Ordinance Enforcers, Barangay Tanods or Bantay Bayan in the area where the cockpit is located, and F. Other law enforcement agencies not mentioned above. 41. Section 32 provides that the owners or operators of a cockpit arena that was established, maintained, and operated prior to the enactment of this ordinance shall apply for a franchise and adhere to the provisions of the ordinance within 120 days after its enactment. Failure to do so shall entitle the local government unit of Maramag to order the closure of the cockpit. 42. The committee deemed it necessary to enact an updated cockfighting ordinance to strengthen the regulatory measures governing the establishment, operation, and maintenance of the cockpit arenas within the municipality of Maramag. 43. Now, therefore, the committee hereby recommends to enact an ordinance prescribing rules and regulations on the establishment, franchising, licensing, operation, and maintenance of cockpits in the municipality of Maramag, Bukidnon. Submitted by yours truly, Chairperson, and concurred by its member, Honorable Roy Y. Cabalquinta. Honorable John Lester T. Tan has just arrived. Not signed.
Okay, but then unsigned.
Not signed. I move for the adoption of the committee report.
There's a motion to adopt the report, seconded by Honorable Cabalquinto. Comments? None. Motion is approved. Comments?
Honorable Chair, question.
Yes, Honorable Perlin.
Manghutana lang ko what happened kaning sa mga unsaon pag-process kaning sa mga tari-tari bitaw kinsa dili na si Mayor asa sila mo adto sa pagkuha sa permit.
Mangayo sila og before og SB resolution nga mag-ano og permit and then ipa-approve kang Chief of Police before sila hatagan og kuan permit or license to yes SB resolution. Moagi sa SB tanan.
Tanan. Kanang sa mga araw,
Sa araw lang sa barangay and fiesta. Sa
Araw-
barangay. Walay apil ang purok.
okay. So, araw fiesta mo, agi good sa Sangguniang Bayan. So, diri na mananghid sila, di
Yes.
na kay Mayor.
So, tagaan sila 3 weeks, dapat mag-file sila 3 weeks before sa ilang intended na date. Dire
3
sa
weeks.
SB.
Yes, Honorable Siberia.
Appeal siya sa kuan mag-file gihapon. Mag-file gihapon. Yes po. Naama sorry. Thank you po.
Additional, Honorable Chair,
Yes, Honorable
ang
Perin.
ang sa katong sa section, Mayor does not have authority to issue special permit. So, wala na gyud si Mayor labot Sangguniang Bayan na siya. Okay.
So the important thing there is this should be furnished to all punong barangay so they would comply with the 3 weeks prior application requirement.
Maximum of 3 days in a year.
And there's only 3 days in a year for each barangay. Yes, Honorable President.
Okay, additional, pila ka days lang, murag 1 day ra, 1 day?
Maximum of 3 days, mostly 2 days sa araw, 1 day sa fiesta.
So maximum 3 days.
Sa 1 year.
Sa 1 year. So sa araw, pwede duha, and sa festa, isa. Pwede,
Depende ra,
na.
yes, oh.
Okay, basta 3 days ang maximum within 1 year.
Yes.
Okay. Okay na dato.
Wala na.
Okay. Napakoy panghutana, kaning sa section 25, so mao gini siya ang standard nato nga kaning sa bit manager, bit taker, cash, ani 1,000 uniform.
Yes.
So asa mo paingon ang kwan ani niya?
There is ato occupational permit man na.
Okay. Kaning legislative.
Anything else? Wala na. Okay, there being no more questions, we will ask the proponent and the
Napa?
chairperson. Is there still any question?
This is a filing special. Sa to dat. Okay. Okay. Sa permit,
2,000.
2,000. So,
special.
sa special. Sa regular,
Sa to na diri. Wait, ako tong gi-mention. Nara. Ano man to? Ito ra. Special cockfights, 2,000 per day. So, cultural cockfights of the indigenous people, 1,000 per day.
1,000.
Sa mga derby, depende. 2 cock derby 4, 3 cock derby 6, 4 cock 12, 5 cock 4. So, per sultada, international derby, ordinary 1,000, special 2,000. Cockfights for entertainment of foreign dignitaries, returning Filipinos, commonly known as Balikbayan, and other cockfights to support fundraising campaign for charitable purposes, 1,000.
Yes, Honorable Siberia. Are you
Additional.
done, Honorable Perin? We will give the floor to Honorable Siberia.
Thank you.
Additional. Kaning atong special permit o kaning permit gyud nga regular approve ba dito sa PHQ province? Nabay kuan ani naay connection dito kay ingani man gud nga kahitabo. Mukuha tag permit approve isyuhan dan i-approve dito ni Hipi dito sa police station. Mangayo man ang pulis og kada larga 300 per largada. So na may permit ngano mangayo pa man sila.
That is
Mo man ginagakahitabo diri hantod karon mo nang kusog kayo ang tari-tari sa barangay.
actually, that is
Dayon 2 days ra ang ihatag nato nay additional nga 1 day special para sa ila. So pwede ba nga dili na ta mo hatag ana sa ila kay ang rason kung di ka mo hatag na may province nga modakop. Unya na may permit sa ato sa SB. nahitabo naman ko na nga nag-issue si Mayor sa Lantapan og permit gidakop sa province kay Mayor man ang nag-issue. So dito sa province illegal. Pero wala dawat ni Piskal Alunto kay na may issuean permit.
Actually, kana siya kay murag control na na siya sa province. No, but then karon is ang sato ang permit manggod mag-issue is with the approval of the Chief of PNP. So basically, I believe nga sila na mag-coordinate dito sa province.
Okay. Lagi kay mo man ko nagadagan karon nganong dili mo undang ang tari is panasalan. Na may tulo ka bukbihag unya na 3 mil.
And then
Gina. Mo pito nagreklamo kay na ako din negosyasyon gatari dito Lunes. Nga ako misig tawagan sa ni Sir Kulaway kay ngano kuno nagpatari ko. Ako ra ngalan tingaling gidala dili ako. Lagi nga naman ang gadagan din sa Maramag. Bisag asa ka basta araw naay ihatag nato nga permit labi na gid og sa IP. Mo pirma ko para mohatag pud si Mayor tog 2 days. Natingala ko nga pagkasunod adlaw na paghapon ikaupat na. Asa mo na nangid sa okay na si Sir Kukoy. Na 1 day.
Naaman si Chief Eugenio atong pag-inbank. So nakasabot siya nga inana na ang pamaagi.
Okay,
so sila na mag-coordinate dito sa province.
Wala na hatag sa pulis kay na may muadto dito nga mangayo. Ang largada ba ya ilang pangayoon? 300 per largada o nyag mo largag 50. 50 times 3. Na sila 15,000. Unya kita ang nagpatari 5,000 ra. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable Siberia. Any more?
So the fact that that was not brought out by Chief Eugenio during the public hearing, the NBank hearing, is to say that it's not really sanctioned by the authorities of LGU Maramag, no? So siguro it's just their internal arrangement.
Yeah.
But they are already safe. Why? With the permit coming from the Sangguniang Bayan and also from the PNP, there's no reason no nga moingon sila nga wala man illegal man kinisugot daan nga nang illegal.
Your Honor, this.
Yes, Honorable
I
Secretary.
think now everything is controlled by the franchise, Your Honor, no longer by outside activities.
Yes po. Yes po. Yes, Honorable Gaitera.
Tanan, wala na na provincial governor, wala na na. Because we have our own franchise.
Anyway,
Let's recommend on it.
yes, Honorable Gaitera. What's now the decision of the chairperson and the proponent?
If there are any questions, I move for this item to be included in third and final reading for today's regular session.
There's a motion to include the item for third and final reading in today's session, seconded by Honorable Zubiri. Comments? None. Motion is approved.
Next item, Committee on Land Management.
2 items, Your Honor, please.
Yes, Honorable Gaitera. Naunsa rin tingog. Na kuwan tingali diri oh.
Daot sa ano?
Daghan.
Madam Chair,
Daot sa
subject letter from the Office of the Municipal Mayor received on April 10, 2025, requesting the Sangguniang Bayan for passage of resolution authorizing the local chief executive
sa balang parescue.
to accept donation
Bungot,
of Ricardo B. Bello over
bungot.
a parcel of unregistered land at Purok 1B, Camp 1, Maramag, Bukidnon, with lot number 1301, PLS 98 extension. Origin, Honorable Attorney Procedure Pedro Romal, Municipal Mayor, submitted to Land Management Authority. Finding a recommendation, Mr. Ricardo Bilo intends to donate a parcel of land with a total area of 300 square meters, situated at Purok 1B, Camp 1, Maramag, Bukidnon, to the local government unit of Maramag. On April 10, 2025, the Office of Municipal Mayor submitted a letter to the Office of the Secretary of Sangguniang requesting the Sangguniang Bayan to authorize the local chief executive to accept the donation from Mr. Ricardo B. Bello. 3. Duly attached to the said letter is the date of donation to be entered by and between Mr. Ricardo Bello and his spouse, Mrs. Emiliana Bello, the local government of Maramag, represented by the Honorable Jose, Attorney Jose Joel P. Doromal, Municipal Mayor. On May 29, 2025, Wednesday, at 8:35 November, committee hearing was conducted at the office of Honorable of your story with the presence of the following: A. Committee Chairperson, B. Honorable Bernard Lawrence Soberi, C. Engineer Octavio Polican, Lab Inspector, D. Engineer Apilis Riso, Lao, A. Mr. Jeffrey Juan, Zoning Officer, F. Mr. Victoriano Maravilla, J. Honorable Alberto P. Alboro, Barangay Kagawan, Campuan. Mr. Terence Tangara, Barangay Stamp, Campuan. Mr. Ricardo B. Bello, Donor. 5. Upon committee hearing, the following were found. Lot number 13101, PLS 98 extension, is an unregistered parcel of land. B. As per record from DNR Centro, Valencia City, the land disposition status of the aforementioned lot situated at Barangay South Poblacion, Maramag, Bukidnon, is a public land covered by MSA 101315-1246 under the name Ricardo Bello, dated January 27, 1997. The MSA unnumbered under the name of Rogelio Bello, dated December 7, 1998, with a total land area of 611 square meters. The lot to be donated is a portion of lot 130-B of the aforementioned lot number, a total land area of 300 square meters. T. The donation lot will be utilized as a road right-of-way leading to LGU Employees Housing Project located at Purok 1B, Campuan, Maramag, Bukidnon. A. In consideration of the lot donated, LGU Maramag has allocated Mr. Bello 4 lots within the LGU housing project. F. The committee chairperson was requested to conduct the ocular inspection. On June 3, 2025, Tuesday, at 9:30 in the morning, the ocular inspection was conducted at Purok 1B, Campuan, Maramag, Bukidnon, attended by the following your story: Honorable Bernard Lawrence Soberi, Engineer Apilis Riso, Mr. Jeffrey Juan, Mr. Ronald Jan Sinanguti, Assistant Clerk 1, Honorable Alberto P. Alboro, Barangay Kagawan, Campuan, and J. Mr. Ricardo B. Bello, Donor. During the ocular inspection, the following were found: that the area intended to be donated was already cleared by Mr. Bello. B. The access road was already established and will be further developed by the LGU. C. The said donation provides accessible road leading to the housing of the LGU that would significantly benefit the community. D. As per record from the DNR Centro, Valencia City, the said lot is located at South Poblacion, Maramag, Bukidnon. However, its current address is identified as Purok 1B, Campuan, Maramag, Bukidnon. A. The committee decided to conduct another committee hearing with the presence of personnel from DNR Centro, Valencia City, for further information. On June 11, 2025, Wednesday at 8:40 in the morning, another committee hearing was held at the office of your story with the presence of the following: your story chairperson, Honorable Bernard Lawrence Soberi, Honorable Jocelyn Perin, Engineer Apilis Riso, Mr. Victoriano Maravilla II, Mr. Jeffrey Juan, Miss Amel Pidael, Housing Homestead Regulation Officer, MNO, Forester Epipania Aparici, Representative 𝐑𝐞𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬 The following has transpired during the committee hearing. As confirmed by a representative from the NRC Valencia City, the B-37 document containing the technical description of the lot serves as the official reference for determining the exact area of the lot and must be used as the basis for any related assessment. B, as indicated on B37 document of the said lot, its location is identified as South Poblacion, Maramag, Bukidnon. C, Engineer Siriso stated that the Municipal Assessor's Office has also refers to B37 documents as its basis. D, the committee finds sufficient basis to conclude that a boundary dispute exists between the foregoing boundary dispute exists based on the information gathered. A, Ms. Aprisi suggested that the approval of subdivision plan be prioritized, considering that Mr. Bilo has already been provided replacement lot for donated property. Ms. Aprisi also suggested that instead of executing deed of donation for the said lot, Mr. Bilo should exercise and execute an affidavit of waiver over the lot in favor of LGO. 10. The committee deemed it appropriate to take note of the subject matter. For the meantime, pending clarification of the conflict regarding lot's official address. Therefore, the committee hereby recommends to take note the letter from the Office of Municipal Mayor requesting Sangguniang Bayan for passage of resolution authorizing the local chief executive to accept the donation of Ricardo Bibilo over a parcel of unregistered land at Purok 1B, Camp 1, Maramag, Bukidnon, without lot number 1301 PLS 98 exchange with lot number. Respectfully submitted, Your signed, Honorable Jocelyn Edperin, Honorable Lawrence L. Shaviri. Madam Chair, I move to adopt this resolution.
There is a motion to adopt the report, seconded by Honorable Lowry. Comments? None. Motion is approved. Let's hear your comments or any observations, any discussion on the matter. No discussion? Just then, anyway, the committees,
The applicant, Your Honor, is from Camp 1, but the property location is South Poblacion.
it's a matter of
There
parang
should be-
discrepancy on the description of the lot.
Yes, Your Honor.
It is identified as part
Of
Camp
South
1,
Poblacion.
Camp 1, but
Not
per records,
identified with Camp 1, but the address is South Poblacion. But the location, Your Honor.
yes, the technical description as indicated in the documents of the DENR, it's indicated as part of South Poblacion. But siguro by, how do you call it? Yung common identification, it is part of Camp 1.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, which is why the committee is
We refer back, Your Honor,
referring it back.
back to the request to
Because
the
there is a suggestion that instead of a donation, the more appropriate document is an affidavit of waiver.
waiver, Your Honor.
Okay, so the recommendation of the committee is to take note.
Yes, Your Honor.
But wouldn't it be better if this is referred back so that, because sometimes, we take note, we just take note, but obviously there's still something that needs to be done on the part of the executive to really establish what should be done, no? What document is really needed? Because there is a suggestion that the affidavit of waiver is more appropriate. And maybe in the document that will be executed later on, it could be indicated man good na per records of the DENR Centro Valencia City as well as in Indamaso, it's described as part of Barangay South Poblacion, but it is commonly regarded lang as part of Barangay Campuan. Just lang to make clear na we are referring to the same lot. No, we are referring to the same lot. There might be some discrepancy in the description, but we are referring to the same lot. And it's the same lot that will be, it has been vacated already. No, it has been, it's already in the possession. Honorable Gaitera, it's already in the possession of LGU Maramag.
Kampuan, Your Honor. LGU Maramag, Your Honor.
LGU Maramag. So,
Yes.
just raising the point now, what do you think is the more appropriate recommendation of the committee? Is it
The
merely
committee,
take note or refer back so that the executive can do the necessary action as borne out by the committee hearings conducted by the Sangguniang Bayan? Kasi kung i-refer back ko na ito, siyempre they would
it's either
know.
to take note or to repair back, Your Honor, to correct all the...
So, which is which? Refer back or just to take note?
To take note, Your Honor, is, I think, appropriate, Your Honor, because there is no concrete claim yet by Kampuan, Your Honor, that the property is at south per the Municipal Assessor's Office and by Sindro as well.
The distinction, because it can be either man magono, take note, but of course, we leave it to the best discretion of the chairperson as well as the committee members, which is the better recommendation to take note, which means we're just taking note of it, and there would be no further action, or to refer back. Refer it back so that the executive, where the request is, where the request is coming from, to conduct further action.
To repair back, Your Honor, I suggest to repair back.
Okay, so we leave it to your discretion, Honorable Gaitera. So is there,
Instead of take note, to repair back.
so
Anyway,
that,
the wording should be the same.
okay, so except only for which is very crucial, no? Kasi it will determine what could happen after this is disposed of by the Sangguniang Bayan. So parang it will remind or it will bring attention to the executive na, oy, there is still,
Yes, sir.
this has been referred back to us.
That's
Meaning,
okay, yeah.
we still have something to do on this. So, any questions, any comments from the body? None. So, what's the pleasure of the chairperson, Honorable Gaitera?
We will correct the ultimate suggestion that the committee hereby recommends to repair back.
And then, what's
The letter signed by Ricardo Bibilo requesting the Sangguniang Bayan for the release of for the donation, Your Honor.
okay? So there is no more discussion, Honorable Gaitera. So what do you wish to happen on your
I move, Your Honor, that this repair back document should be submitted to the third and final reading in this issue.
There's a motion to include the item for third and final reading in today's session, seconded by Honorable 𝐸𝐶𝐿. Comments? None. Motion is approved.
Number 2, Your Honor.
Okay, it's
item
related to the first one. No?
Yes, Your Honor. Committee report number 3.2, Your Honor. The presiding officer, later signed by Ricardo Bibilo, received on April 10, 2025, requesting Sangguniang Bayan for the release of unregistered parcel of land with lot number 1301-A, located at South Poblacion, Maramag, Bukidnon, Origin, Mr. Ricardo Bibilo. Claimant, submitted to the Committee on Land Management and Titling. Findings and recommendation. Mr. Ricardo Bibilo is requesting the Sangguniang of Maramag for the release of lot number 1301-A with the total land area of 311 square meters situated at South Poblacion, Maramag, Bukidnon. 2. Attached to the letter request of the applicant are the following. A. Certification from Municipal Planning and Development Office, MPDO, stating that the lot number 13A, PLS 98, is located at Kampuan, Maramag, Bukidnon. B. Certification from Barangay Kampuan stating that Mr. Ricardo Bibilo is a bona fide PD resident of Purok 1B, Kampuan, Maramag, Bukidnon, and is an actual occupant of the subject lot. C. Certification from the Inner Sinro, Valencia City, which verifies that the lot number 1301 PLS 98 extension is situated at Barangay South Poblacion. D. Subdivision plan of the said lot. 3. On May 29, 2025, Wednesday, 8:35 in the morning, the committee hearing was held at the office of Attorney of yours truly with the presence of the following. Yours truly, Chairperson. B. Honorable Lawrence Subiri, Committee Member, Engineer Clubview Paulican, Engineer Apilis Resiriso, Mr. Jeffrey Behuan, Mr. Victoriano Maravilla H. Dito, Assessment Clerk, Honorable Alberto Alboro, Barangay Kagawad Kampuan, Mr. Terence Tangara, Staff Barangay Kampuan, Mr. Ricardo Bibilo Cayman. Upon hearing the following were found, lot number 301A is a portion of lot number 31B, 31, PLS 98 extension, which is an unregistered parcel of land. B. As per records of the Inner Sinro, Valencia City, the land disposition status of the aforementioned lot situated at Barangay South Poblacion, Maramag, Bukidnon is a public land covered by MS 101-315-1246 under the name of Ricardo Bibilo dated January 27, 1997, and MSA unnumbered under the name of Aurelio Bibilo dated December 7, 1998, with a total land area of 611 square meters. C. On the contrary, the Barangay Council of Kampuan had certified that the said lot is located at Purok 1B, Kampuan, Maramag, Bukidnon, has been occupied by Mr. Ricardo Bibilo since 1997. D. That the said lot will be subdivided into lot 1301A, measuring 311, at lot number 1301B, measuring 300 square meters. That lot number 31B will be donated by Mr. Bibilo to the local government unit of Maramag to be utilized as road leading to LGU housing project. F. In consideration of the lot donated, LGU Maramag has allocated Mr. Bibilo with 4 lots within the LGU housing project. G. Based on the location from MPDO, lot number 31 is already classified as residential in the actual use of the land. H. The committee chairperson manifested to conduct an ocular inspection on June 3, 2025, Tuesday, 19 in the morning. The ocular inspection was conducted at Purok 1B, Kampuan, Maramag, Bukidnon, attended by the following: yours truly, Honorable Bernard Lawrence Subiri, Apilis Resiriso, Jeffrey Behuan, Mr. Ronald Jan Sinanguti, Honorable Alberto P. Alboro, Barangay Kagawad Kampuan, Mr. Ricardo Bibilo. During the ocular inspection, the following were found. Based on the claimant's application, the said area requested for release is located at Barangay South Poblacion, Maramag, Bukidnon. However, the current address of the lot is located within the territorial jurisdiction of Barangay Camp 1. Per record from the individual attached to Mr. Bilo's later request, the said lot is within the jurisdiction of Barangay South Poblacion. C. The committee decided to conduct another committee hearing with the presence of personnel from DNR, CNRO, Valencia City for further information. On June 11, 2025, Wednesday at 8:40 in the morning, another committee hearing was held at the office of Honorable Attorney of yours truly with the presence of the following. Yours truly, Chairperson, Honorable Bernard Lawrence, Subiri Committee Member, Honorable Jocelyn Perlen, Committee Member, Engineer Apilis Riso, Lau, Mr. Victoriano Maravilla II, Mr. Jeffrey B. Juan, Ms. Ami P. Housing and Homesite Regulation Officer, MMNO, Aparister Epipania Aparice, Representative DNR CNRO, Valencia. 8. The following has transpired during the committee hearing. As confirmed by Ms. Aparice, representative from DNR CNRO, Valencia City, the B37 document containing the technical description of the lot serves as the official reference for determining the exact area of the lot and must be used as the basis for any related assessment. B. As indicated on B37 document of said lot, it's located is identified as South Poblacion, Maramag, Bukidnon. C. Engineer Siriso stated that the Municipal Assessor's Office also refers to B37 document as its basis. D. The committee finds sufficient basis to conclude that the boundary dispute exists based on the information gathered. The committee deemed it appropriate to take note of the subject matter for the meantime, pending the certification of the conflict regarding the lot's official address. Therefore, the committee hereby recommends to refer back the letter signed by Ricardo B. Bilo requesting the Sangguniang Bayan for the release of unregistered parcel of land with lot number 1301 -A located at South Poblacion, Maramag, Bukidnon. Respectfully submitted, yours truly, Chairperson, concurred by Honorable Jocelyn Perlen and Honorable Bernard Lawrence Subiri. Madam Chair, I move to adopt this resolution.
There's a motion to adopt the report, seconded by Honorable Paulican. Comments? None. Motion is approved. Questions? Discussion on the matter? This is intertwined with the previous report. Although this one, Honorable Gaitera, is already correct in the description because the request is already, it comes from
the description is correct, Your Honor, and even the location of the area.
But what
But
needs to
it's
be...
now possessed by Camp 1. I mean, the claim is by Camp 1, Your Honor, but the location is at South Poblacion.
It's different from the other one, considering that it is already identified as part of South Poblacion, consistent with the records of the DENR.
Yes, Your
But
Honor.
it is being referred back for what reason?
Referred back for being the location still, Your Honor. The location.
Relocation?
Because the claimant cannot really claim that the property is outside Poblacion because the record with CNR, Your Honor, and the Municipal Assessor's Office is South Poblacion.
Yes, but
So
it's...
there is a conflict, boundary dispute, Your Honor, please.
At any rate, is this intertwined with the earlier request? Siguro, it's best that we await the action from the executive on this one so
Yes.
that, because this is being released for the reason also, one of the considerations is that it will be released to the Belos, but they also need to vacate a portion, and then, but only there's some discrepancy on the description. But this one is different because the description is already correct. Probably, ang mas bugat nga rason is because dapat isabay na lang yun siya sa katong usa kay related man silang duha.
Yes, Your Honor, please.
Oh. But just that we wish that to be placed on record just to no kay basin mo ingon ang mga belo nga sakto naman ni nganong wa man ni gi-aprobahan. Pero kay
They were present during the committee.
they were present during, and they are aware as
Yes,
well
Your
no that there is still a pending matter regarding the other portion which is to be given to LGU Maramag. So at any rate, so the Honorable
If there is no more.
Itera, you are going to, what's the suggestion? What's the final recommendation?
The final reading is to, therefore the committee hereby recommends to repair back, Your Honor, or to take note, Justice M.
Which is which? Which is which? We leave it to you what to propose as well as...
Because they cannot still have the property released without changing the location of the property in the application of the claimant and the assessor's office and the Sindro, Your Honor. It's all South Poblacion.
Yes, that's why it's already correct. Yung request itself is already correct. Unlike the other one, which identifies the area as part of Camp 1.
Yes, Your Honor.
Which is not borne out by the records of the DENR because it's identified as part of Barangay South Poblacion. Nonetheless, the result is still the same. The chairperson is not recommending that it be given out pending the further actions on the other related matter. Is that it, Honorable Gaitera?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anyway, so what's the, are you going to take note or just to refer it back?
To me, Your Honor, in this particular case, to take note, Your Honor.
To take note?
Yes, Your Honor.
Take note. At any rate, this will be disposed of together with the other one. It couldn't be acted with finality.
Yes, Your Honor.
Other comments from the body?
There is none, Your Honor. I move to submit this for the third reading at this session, Your Honor.
Oh, today's session, okay. There's a motion from Honorable Gaitera to include the item for final disposal in today's session, seconded by Honorable Cabalquinto. Comments? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Unassigned business, we have 2 items. Committee on Loose.
Let's take up the 2 items. Thank you, Sean. There are 2 items certified as urgent. Is there another report?
Urgent. Fista.
Anyway, we acknowledge the presence of our incoming member of the Sangguniang Bayan, Honorable Jonathan Lucenio, who is here observing the proceedings. And of course, we have 𝐒𝐞𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐢𝐸𝐸 at the back.
Good morning again to the August body and to everyone here is present. The Office of the Secretary of the Sangguniang received a letter from the Office of the Municipal Mayor dated June 16, 2025, addressed to the Honorable Members, Sangguniang Bayan, Municipality of Maramag, through Honorable Attorney Mary Beth A. Lopez, Municipal Vice Mayor, Presiding Officer. Gentlemen and ladies, greetings. The Araw ng Maramag 2025 is fast approaching, which culminates every first day of July. One of the highlights for the said celebration is the search for Diwatat ng Maramag, the Maanyag search, where 13 candidates coming from the different barangays will have to compete for the crown as they showcase the beauty, talent, and wit of a true Maramagnon. To make the activity exceptional, The municipal government of Maramag needs the services or expertise of the Gay Lesbian Association of Maramag or GLAM, represented by its president, Mr. 𝐒𝐞𝐏𝐏𝐄𝐍𝐰, for directorship and choreography, photo documentation, FB live streaming, voiceover, and hosting. In the view thereof, the undersigned humbly request for the passage of a resolution authorizing the local chief executive to enter into contract of service with the Gay Lesbian Association of Maramag or GLAM. Attached here is the draft of the contract of service for your perusal. Please consider this matter urgent. Thank you, and more power. Very truly yours, Honorable Attorney 𝐒𝐐𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐢𝐨𝐧, Municipal Mayor. Let me just read the key points. Contract fee, 160,000 pesos. Why is it? Wait. Okay. Correction, it's 325,000 pesos, payable as follows. Such payment shall be net of taxes. Two responsibilities of the parties. The first party shall pay the consideration as stipulated above. Second party shall perform and be responsible for the following: pageant directorship and choreography for the talent night and coronation night and all activities related thereto. Provision of pageant materials to include the following: sashes and lace, trophy, stage decoration, tokens for judges, bouquet, candidates' wardrobes, casual wear, shirt, gown, and swimsuit and sandals. Photo documentation or video documentation, FB live streaming, voice over, host. B3, provision of hair and makeup services to the candidates, and B4, provision of technical assistance to the activities related to the pageant. That's it. The key points, the important points.
Any resource person?
We have resource person this morning, Mr. Piñas Jerome.
So, Jericho, not Jerome.
Oh, Jericho.
Good morning, Madam Chair. Good
Okay,
morning,
for a
members.
moment. So, House rules is suspended to give way to the presentation of our resource person, Mr. Jericho Peñas.
Hello, good morning, Madam Chair. Good morning, members of the Sangguniang Bayan.
Good morning.
In and on behalf of the our Gay Lesbian Association of Maramag or GLAM, our pageant organizer for the upcoming Diwata Ta Maramag 2025. So, diri sa contract of service nga gibasa sa atua, gibasa a letter nga gibasa sa atua ni Councilor Lorraine Laurie, naisgutan dadto ang total amount of contract fee amounting of 325,000 sa ato ang pageant organizer, which is represented by Mr. 𝐒𝐞𝐏𝐏𝐄𝐍𝐰, our pageant director, including the sashes and lace trophy, stage decoration, tokens, bouquet, candidates' wardrobes, kato ilang sa ninaon gikan sa during sa talent night, and of course the coronation night, and also including the photo documentation and video documentation, our FB live streaming kay ang atong Diwata Ta Maramag always gina siya gina-publish through live coverage ato ang FB page, and also we have of course the talent fee for our official host and the voice over for the coronation, as well as the talent competition to be conducted on June 21, the talent competition, and June 28, the coronation night.
Okay, do you have questions from the body?
Honorable Chair.
Yes, Honorable Perrin.
Mangutar ko pila sila tanan ka participants?
13.
We have 13 competitors for this year's edition of Diwata Ta Maramag.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Honorable Gaitara.
Anong dako man kayo ang amount intended for this? Anong 320,000?
325 po.
Anong dako man kayo?
Yes, to address po, Madam Chair, Councilor Gaitera, the 325,000 po, councilors, included all the payment for the wardrobe, katotong sininaon sa itong mga kandidata, kay ang atong organizer, ang atong LGU is, kita may provide sa mga sanina sa itong kandidata, which ilang suoton during sa talent night and of course sa ilahang coronation night. Dili lang kana napo diri ang ato ang payment pod sa ato ang FB live streaming, payment sa ato ang host, payment sa ato ang talent fee, sa ato ang voice over, as well as kanang photo documentation or video documentation during sa talent and coronation night. And aside pod ana Councilor Gaitera, included na pod sa 325,000 ang mga sashes, katong sasha atong mga kandidata, as well as ilahang plaque and trophies nga ilahang dawaton kung kinsay winner, and of course the whole set of decoration, stage decoration, and tokens for judges and bouquet po. So all in all, total of 325,000.
Honorable Presiding Officer.
Yes, Honorable Kalalo.
Sir Koy, lang ko'y pangutana ka ng about sa kuan ba, sa iski nga i-provide nila. Ano sa ito'y ginapangita sa GLAM nga i-provide nila? Katong, di ba, naikuan nga itong coronation night nata na? Unsa nga attire ang ilang unsa ganito nga attire ang ginaprovide?
Yes, as far as I know, sa tuwang usually ang atong pageant organizer na mag-provide sa atong wardrobe, excluding ang kuan diwata attire. So si barangay level, si barangay na ang together with the handler sa inyong kandidata, namoy kaning negotiation dadto or package deal di ba sa inyong barangay nga included dadto ang diwata attire nila, since dili gid siya ma-provide sa organizer kay ang mga kandidata man sad and as well as our handler namang gud sila ita sa tagsapod kapangitag pamaagi nga naman po'y barangay good nga gusto og bongga nga kadiwata attire, so gihatag sa barangay level ang pagpangita sa ilahang tagsa-tagsa ka mga diwata attire as part of the wardrobe sa coronation night.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Okay,
Honorable
thank you.
Chair.
Honorable Paulican.
Mangutana lang ko kang Sir Koy og pila gay package kada kandidata. Ang
Well,
lagi kay mangutana ta kay og 300,000, 350,000 unya 13 ka candidates. 25?
325.
yes.
325.
Apa. Ang
Kay murag madakaan ta sa rental ini sa mga costume. Kay murag ang dakong rental ini ang costume man.
Mahal lang.
Nya pila day price nato sa mga candidates nato? Basig puro lang token ug sas.
Okay. To address the prices po, Councilor Paulican, the organizer is wala pa naka-plaster gyud sa kaning prizes and awards. So giuna lang po paning ato ang kaning nai-contract or kining mga pinaka-importante nga kikinahanglan during sa Diwata ta Maramag. But to address the first question po regarding on the package deal sa ato ang mga barangay, katong atong 325,000 is pang kuan lang to siya sa Diwata sa Diwata Coronation Night and Talent Night. Katong package deal nga ginahimo sa ginakandak diya sa barangay is I think will cost 20 to 25,000. That includes Diwata attire and the hair and makeup of the candidate as well as the talent fee of the handler po. And also pareha sa mga sa barangay Kulambugon murag napod sila gigahin pod nga allowance to the respective candidate nila nga represent silang barangay. So, all in all, siguro, nasa mga 20 to 25,000 ang ma-provide sa ato ang mga barangay para sa ilahang handler as package deal.
But that is not included in the 325,000, ha? That's the expenses that would be incurred by the barangays in supporting their candidates. Dili siya appeal aning 325. Kana siya nga budget is dili pod kuhaon sa tuwa ilaha man na nga barangay funds.
So,
Kaning 325,000 is only focused on those enumerated.
Yes.
Mora na siya dahil sa kanang enumerated. Enumerated. Wala.
Honorable Chair.
Yes, Honorable Perin.
Kuan 13 by barangay representative represent siya by barangay. So nganong 13 naman siya na mga barangay nga wala naka attend.
Yes, ma'am. Nay mga 7 ka barangay nga wala nakakommit to join this year's edition po.
So kanang 13 kabo karon represented na siya sa mga barangay.
Yes, ma'am. Gikan gyud siya sa ilahang barangay. Si barangay gyud ang nagdala silang kandidata diri sa tuang sa taas. Sila ang nag-screening gyud sa ilahang barangay kay isa sa ilahang bago nga kuan karon is kinahanglan nga naggikan gyud sa ilang kaugalingong barangay ang ilahang mga kandidata as per request by the respective punong barangays.
Yes, Honorable Gaitera.
Why is this important? Because last year, we have only the Diwata ng barangay. Now there is another lesbian. Probably the next year we will have another
Yes.
name. Because last year was only Diwata.
It's every year.
Now, naapay mga bayotron. Nanong gi-appeal mo ng mga bayot ani Diwata?
Organizer.
Dili mo ni mabayot.
Organizer. Sila organizer.
Organizer.
That is only convention.
We are conducting a yearly
Yes.
pageant search, no, beauty pageant. Diwata ta Maramag. Lahi itong alibangbang. Honorable Gaitera, probably that's what you're referring to.
Hubag.
And in addition, the Diwata Tamaramag is spearheaded by the Legislative Department.
Yes, this is being spearheaded. No, this used to be handled by the Office of the Vice Mayor. But this time, it's still the Vice Mayor's office. I don't know, everyone with the Secretary as the focal person on the part of LGU Maramag.
Yes. Legislative Department.
The Legislative
it's the
Department. So it's your activity, it's not really the activity of LGU Maramag.
Yeah, the tripartite OSS, VMO, and SBO.
You did not conduct any pre-screening to determine the readiness, the preparedness of the candidates, and the capacity to answer questions? Nag-pre-screening mo? But so when you say pre-screening, meaning the 13 is not yet the final. So it's very possible that it could be trimmed down to a lower number in the event that the candidate does not qualify per your pre-screening standards.
If I may,
Yes,
Honorable Presiding Officer, for the pre-screening, only the barangays pre-screen their candidates. A bona fide resident of Maramag with the age from 17 up. For the Q&A, there is a scheduled screening for the Q&A briefing orientation, Honorable Presiding Officer.
So it's not really a pre-screening. It's more of an orientation because you would not be any more vetting out those whom you think would not be capable of answering the Q&A.
Yes, Honorable
Just
Presiding
making
Officer.
it sure that it's
As to the 13 candidates, they are the final candidates for the
okay.
Diwata
They're
Tamaramag.
the final candidates, and they. What about the height requirement which we used to impose?
Yes, there is also 5'2".
So you reduced it to an inch lower.
Yes, Honorable Presiding Officer.
So what will happen? Because ultimately we hope to compete on higher competitions, and most competitions require 5'3". So what if our winning Diwata will fall short of the 5'3"?
Yes, Honorable Presiding Officer. It is also, we the committee also told the punong barangays and the Sangguniang Kabataan that in case that if ever the queen will be 5'2" or less than the height required by the other pageantry, they will not represent the the LGU. Because in consideration also to the request of the punong barangays that their candidates will be from their barangay, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Okay, anyway, that's for the, again, we leave it to the discretion of the main organizer. So that would be the cost. Any more questions from the members of the council? Just to clarify, Koy, who will provide the crowns? Kasi it's not included in the...
I think it's part of the organizer, Ma'am Presiding Officer, it's part of their budgetary.
Yes, because it's not like the crowns that we order lang it's pre-ordered and it costs medyo nagid siya price gid siya. So if it's not reflected there, it should be reflected there as part of the things that they should provide. And we hope that the 325,000 has taken that into account. Kay basin og kaning iyang lang 325 wala na apil ang crown. The crown na to is dili tong or di mapalit sa
Yes po.
kuan kun dili na atay own design. Oh.
Okay.
Dayon we pre-order it in Davao.
Yes po.
There's
Noted po.
supposed to
Noted.
be 10 days, but it has to be placed in here. And then the host, actually the comment of Honorable Gaitera is that it's quite big, but from the presiding officer having been the one who handled it, this is actually very small. Basin you might, because you will not be able to get portion lang sa. That will be the responsibility of the GLAM. Yun lang ang 325,000. Kasi yung host nila, indicated the host and it will slice a very big part.
Yes.
Yung 325,000.
As to the host indicated, ma'am, that is for the talent night. And as to the coronation night, na separate na siya.
So it will be made
Yeah,
to
because
a separate contract as well as the judges?
Yes, ma'am. As you had mentioned, it costs.
Lagi. So, siguro, butang lang diri nga, yung host for the talent night.
Specific.
As well as yung voice-over. Pero kaning photo documentation, video documentation, this is for the entire. Yung FB live streaming. Both?
Pa-specific na lang. Yeah.
Because last time it was 30,000 baya. I don't know kung nakasunod ba diri because yung last time the technical setup was 200,000 only for the coordination night, and then technical for the talent is 230,000 already. So what na mabili nimo 325,000. Photo documentation was 37,000, video documentation was 35,000. So just parang a concern na, is this sufficient? Yung 325,000.
Yes, Honorable Presiding Officer. As to the video and photo documentation, the one who will take care of the photo and video is the same person, unlike before that it's a separate photo documenter.
Okay.
And
So probably there would be
so
savings
we
on
had
that. Anyway, sige lang, just raising it all out because just so na this will be projected in advance kasi basin magkulang. Okay na ng sobra. So, ito negative. Anyway, so any more clarifications? None. So we thank Mr. Peñas for being here and for giving more light on the requested item. Thank you. And thank you as well to Ma'am Raquel for the added information. Mr. Peñas is excused. And the suspension of the rules is lifted.
Honorable Presiding Officer, I move for this item to be included in the third and final reading for today's regular session.
Okay, there's a motion to include the item for third and final reading in today's session, seconded by Honorable Cuadrasal and Honorable 𝐒𝐶𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬
Another letter that the Office of Secretary Sangguniang received from the Office of the Municipal Mayor dated June 16, 2025, addressed to the Honorable Members of Sangguniang Municipality of Maramag, the Honorable Attorney Maribeth A. Lopez, Municipal Vice Mayor, Presiding Officer. Gentlemen and ladies, greetings. The Araw ng Maramag 2025 is fast approaching, which culminates every first day of July. One of the highlights for the said celebration is the search for Diwata ta Maramag the Maanyag search, where 13 candidates coming from... Okay. To make this activity exceptional, the municipal government of Maramag needs the service and expertise of TKG Lights and Sound Rental, represented by Mr. Evito C. Israel Jr., to take charge of the technical setup for the Talent Night on June 29, 2025. In view thereof, the undersigned humbly request for the passage of a resolution authorizing the local chief executive to enter into contract of service with TKG Lights and Sound Rental. Attached herewith is a draft of our contract of service for your perusal. Please consider this matter urgent. Thank you and more power. Very truly your signed, Honorable Attorney Sergio P. Municipal Mayor. Let me just read the key points. Services. The service provider shall render the following services to the client: 2 sets LED wall with lights and sound. To ensure provision of all other services are needed, backline, accessories, and other program related to the service. Service provider shall begin to work on the services from June 21 and will end on June 30, 2025. Client shall pay a fixed fee of 260. Ano sabi is 260, 270? The numerical is 270, but the ano is 260. Net from all taxes for the services rendered in cash or check right after the event or during its conclusion on the evening of June 21st to June 30, 2025. That's all, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Okay, let's request again, Mr. Peñas.
I move for the suspension of the House rules.
House rules is suspended. Okay.
Honorable Presiding.
Yes, Honorable Cabalquinto.
Ang utana lang ko, kuy o pila gyud ka adlaw ang ilahang magamit aning 270,000. Kasi tuwa ra po ni ka adlaw.
Yes, to address po, the TKG Light, to start po, once again, good morning. To the TKG Lights and Sound Rental, it's a Maramag-based sounds provider and it's official sounds provider for the Diwata ta Maramag, including the Talent Night and the Coronation Nights. It's a 2 separate event po. It's the Talent Night that plays on June 21 and the Coronation Night will be held on June 28 po. It's a separate 2 events and it goes overall in 270,000 net po.
It's June 21 ang
Talent Night po.
Talent Night,
Yes
and
po.
the Coronation Night is
June 28.
28 or 29?
28 po.
So your contract of service should be correspondingly corrected. It's very important that we be accurate kasi di ba it will bind
Yes po, yes po.
the parties. So please indicate the necessary corrections.
And there's also an info. This one could it will also entail
Yes, for a moment, Honorable Gaetano.
additional info from. It will also include the June 30th for the oath taking as well. Yeah.
That has to be reflected in the
No,
contract.
no.
We don't take it for granted. It's na, you know, in any eventuality, we have to have it covered by the contract. So the contract should also reflect that it includes as well
Yeah, it should be
provision of the lights and sounds on
Tukib, not on-
July 1,
30
June 30.
for the oath taking.
For the oath taking.
Yeah,
Okay.
it should be specific na lang for the contract. June 21st.
But we're
June
taking
20.
it from from the resource person because that's a departure from the communication of the Honorable Mayor. Kaya ang sakay, there's actually some inconsistencies here. It says only technical setup, yung sa letter, no? Letter ni Mayor, it's only technical setup for one night and that's talent night on June 29.
Yes.
And yet, if we go to the
June 21.
contract of service, it says here,
Conclusion.
from June 21, 2025, and will end on June 30, 2025, which is also not even accurate because we're not talking of all activities within that period. We're only talking about 3 activities: the talent night, the coronation night, and the oath-taking.
Ceremony.
So that should be correspondingly corrected kasi the COA will also look into that.
Yes. Honorable Presiding Officer, if I may.
Yes,
We beg
Honorable.
the indulgence of the August body for the corrections. The Office of the Secretary has the one who prepared for the letter, and we also coordinated with the Office of the Mayor, and we will correct all the suggestions and comments of the Honorable Presiding Officer. Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, yes, anyway, so that's on record, everything's on record. Yes, Honorable Gaytera.
Last session, Your Honor, we approved 𝐸𝐞𝐬𝐬𝐢𝐶 sound system, light and sound. How different is this sound from 𝐸𝐸𝐬𝐬𝐢𝐶, Your Honor? Because you already approved
It's the same,
light and sound.
but it's for the July 1st. This is for July 21st, July
that
28th,
can be
and
used.
June 30.
That can be used because that is our sound.
It's a different amount for a different
That is
event.
an overdose already of expenses. Okay. Wala na kayo. But anyway, that's a comment only, Your Honor, with an element that we are spending too much for one event with too many sound systems, Your Honor.
Anyway, that's duly noted by everyone. So, any more questions on the provision of the contract of service?
Honorable Chair.
Yes, Honorable Paulican.
Kini nga sound system, maura gyapon ang gagamiton nato sa kwan sa Diwata ta Maramag.
Yes, Honorable Paulican is the same sounds provider for the...
Pila ka adlaw ni siya, Sir Koy, ang kining event?
As per mentioned by our secretary po, this contract will be placed with 3 events, ma'am, right? Yes, the Diwata Maramag Talent Night on June 21. Next is the Diwata Maramag Coronation Night on June 28, and the oath-taking ceremony on June 30.
Nabutang na sa request ni Mayor ang oath-taking?
Wala.
Ha?
Wala.
Ang ako, kay dako kay ning 270 sa sound system lang. Nakapila naman ta nag-rent sa sound system. Giaprubahan na to. Daghan naman tay event nga gikuanan, pero sobra rin ning kuan nga rent ning atong kuan 270.
Honorable Paulican, it's a full sit-up manggod ni siya kaning naay mga LED wall ani nga gamiton.
Lagi maoro gud gyapon ng lead wall atong pila ka activity na to nangagi, no? Murag dako ra man kay nga amount ning
270 for 3 days. Okay naman na.
Honorable Presiding
Comments,
Officer.
yes, the Honorable Secretary. Just to comment on the point raised by Honorable Paulican.
As to the amount of 270,000, it is just the same amount requested last 2024. For the whole setup of the Diwata, it's 200,000 for the coronation night. And for the technical setup, it's 30,000, I think. And for the kahalawan or the araw, it's 30,000 plus, I think, also. So it's just but enough. Wala sila nag-increase sa ilahang rental. It's just the same, and naghangi pa ganita kung pwede ma-discountan. So this is the amount that ilahang ma-provide pod sa atua. And may nusan sad sila sa tax pod nga ilahang gi-provide for the 270,000, which is 5%, as indicated in the contract also and suggested by the Office of the Accounting. So for the 270,000 minus 5% of their services provided to us.
So that's 90,000 per day.
It's a different provider last time for the Diwata. Just make sure, please ask the provider to be the one to provide the genset for this one, because I do recall na last time we still rented the cost of, I think it was 30,000. So dapat sila gyud ang kay, because it would have difficulties especially for the one the genset that we have right now cannot suffice. It cannot. So we have to rent it out from outside. Oh. Si has agreed. Because last time they disapproved the request because it's making it so difficult for them to transport. Kasi dako kayo yung genset nga dako jud kayo.
Some more comment, Your Honor?
Yes, Honorable Gaitera.
Kaning amount 270,000, is this the result of bidding or just dictation? Yeah, because that's important. This is money of the municipality. We should have bidded the amount.
Pero di naman guna nila i-pull out na. Kay sit up naman.
Comment from anyone?
No.
Honorable Presiding Officer, I'm not so sure if it was included last week's bidding, kung na-resolutionan sila or what. I will just ask later on as to the query of Honorable Gaitera.
Yes, but this is a local provider. We understand there's just something that needs to be checked. No, we do have an ordinance giving favor to local providers. Anyone else? Anyway, Honorable Paulican, you're done with your comments. So this observation that this amount is quite big, but that's all being taken into account, Mano.
Honorable Presiding Officer, in addition to, on the 21, they will have their setup at the municipal gym. On June 28, they will have another setup for the coronation night. And for June 30, they will have another setup at the municipal grounds for the sounds and the LED wall. So it's a separate venue at a different time. Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Okay. So this is also noted. Anyone else who has something to say?
Honorable
Yes,
Chair,
Honorable Pauline.
ang katong during sa concert, separate sad to siya na wala pa. Okay, thank you.
It's different, as raised by Honorable Gaitera. It's a different event covered by a separate contract. It's already has been approved already. So it seems that the documents that are in our possession right now do not really reflect what is being requested. So in the interest of having accurate documents, and there are representations made by given by our resource persons. These representations, meaning the things that they mentioned, should be duly reflected in the contract, because that is how the members later on will be guided on the basis of yung very important matters that ought to be reflected. Like, it covers actually 3 separate events, and it's not only for one night. And so any more matters? Yes, Honorable Gaitera.
Mo pasar ba ni sa kuha without bidding, Your Honor? these expenses, because these are amount more than 100,000. I think this will pass through COA's approval, Your Honor.
Actually, can we...
Muna na.
Important. That's why it should have been broken down. Basta ko kayo. Anyway, it's for the executive to hurdle later on. If that will be, I mean, this will, the contract, the manifestations made earlier that this covers several events should have been broken down.
Yes, Your Honor.
If that will suffice as explanation, yung sa bidding requirement. Honorable Gaitera, so let the executive hurdle that. Anyway,
Bahala sila.
we presume that this has undergone the review from the executive, taking into account the requirements, the auditing requirements. Honorable Gaitera. But anyway, if you feel that there is something wrong with it, well, you can register your objection later on in the, or you can, it's actually being noted man, Honorable Gaitera. If that is really yung...
We will ask the person who requested for approval of the bidding approval, Your Honor. Or, that's only a comment, Your Honor. Never mind that. But that will be questioned later, I know, by the COA.
Yes,
Yes, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Yes.
As I mentioned earlier, the Office of the Secretary to the Sangguniang had prepared the document presented to the August body, and as to the question of Honorable Gaitera, we will clarify this with the back Secretariat, Honorable Gaitera, as to your question. And we will feedback on the questions you had asked. Thank you.
Okay, Honorable Gaitera. Anyway, anyone could move na with defer it or what, for whatever reason. But if you feel na that will suffice as the, in response to the point that you raised, Honorable Gaitera, that will also, depending now, also as well to the best judgment of the chairperson to whom this matter has been assigned.
My question is, would depend upon the chairman if she will move for the approval of the request, Your Honor.
Okay, so no more discussion? There appears to be no more comments from the body, so we will excuse Mr. Peñas. Thank you once again, going for doing your best to give us additional information on the matter. So Mr. Peñas is excused. Suspension of the rules is lifted.
Honorable Presiding Officer, I'll move for this item to be included in third and final reading for today's regular session. It will depend on the Sangguniang Bayan members if they're going to pass this or not. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, so the chairperson has made a motion to include the item for third and final reading to this session, seconded by Honorable 𝐸𝐻𝐻𝐿. Comments? None. Motion is approved. Okay. Next. Is there any... Wala na? No more unassigned. Yes, Honorable 𝐸𝐻𝐻𝐿.
We have here for draft solution. Could we have the reading authorization? Can we have it today? Oh, no?
Yeah, there were 4 resolutions earlier submitted, but these were not really identified as urgent, certified as urgent. Depends on, because there are 4. There are 4. So considering that it is not being pursued by Honorable 𝐸𝐻𝐻𝐿, who is one of the proponents for the draft resolutions, and the comment of Honorable Lowry that it should not be taken up today. So there is nothing that will be discussed on the matter of the 4 resolutions. We will just instead proceed to third reading.
For the third reading, we have 5 items: Committee on Education, Committee on Laws, Committee on Land, 2 items, Committee on Laws.
Let's have the Motions? Okay, thank you then.
Honorable Presiding Officer, I move to enact an ordinance prescribing the use of Maramag literature as supplementary reading materials for the students of Maramag Bukidnon, and for this purpose creating the Quality Assurance and Review Board, establishing guidelines and appropriating funds therefore.
Okay, motion from Honorable Lowry to enact an ordinance prescribing the use of Maramag literature as supplementary reading materials for the students of Maramag Bukidnon, and for this purpose creating the Quality Assurance and Review Board, establishing guidelines and appropriating funds therefore. Seconded by Honorable Perrin. Comments? Now let's divide the House. Those who are in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand. All hands are raised except that of Honorable Galilea. Okay, all hands are raised. Motion is approved.
I move to enact an ordinance prescribing rules and regulations on the establishment, franchising, licensing, operation, and maintenance of cockpits in the Municipality of Maramag, Bukidnon.
Okay, another motion from Honorable Lowry to enact an ordinance prescribing rules and regulations on the establishment, franchising, licensing, operation, and maintenance of cockpits in the Municipality of Maramag, Bukidnon. Seconded by
Second.
Honorable Perrin and Honorable, who's the other one? Honorable
Siberia.
Galilea. Oh, who's the other? Honorable Siberia. So, sorry. Okay. Let's divide the House. Those who are in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand. All hands are raised. Motion is approved.
Unregistered land at Porok 1B, Maramag, Bukidnon, with lot number 1301 PLS-98 extension.
Okay, motion from Honorable Gaitera to refer back the letter from the Office of the Municipal Mayor requesting the Sangguniang Bayan for passage of a resolution authorizing the local chief executive to accept the donation of Ricardo B. Bello over a parcel of unregistered land at Purok 1B, Camp 1, Maramag, Bukidnon, with lot number 1301 PLS-98 extension.
Second.
Seconded by Honorable Cabalquinto. Comments?
None.
None. Let's divide the House. Those who are in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand. All hands are raised, except Honorable Galilea. Are you? All hands are raised. Motion is approved.
Madam Chair, Madam Chair, move to take note letter signed by Richard B. Bilo.
Ricardo.
Ricardo B. Bilo,
Americano.
requesting the Sangguniang Bayan for the release of unregistered parcel of land with lot number 1301-A, located at South Poblacion, Maramag, Bukidnon.
Okay, another motion from Honorable Gaitera to take note of the letter signed by Ricardo B. Bello requesting the Sangguniang Bayan for the release of unregistered parcel of land with lot number 1301 located at South Poblacion, Maramag, Bukidnon.
Second.
Seconded by Honorable Tan. Comments? None. Let's divide the House. Those who are in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand. All hands are raised. Motion is approved.
Honorable Presiding Officer, I move to pass resolution authorizing the local chief executive to enter into contract of service with the Gay Lesbian Association of Maramag, Guerglan.
Motion from Honorable Lowry to pass a resolution authorizing the local chief executive to enter into contract of service with the Gay Lesbian Association of Maramag, Guerglan. Seconded by Honorable Siberia. Comments? Division of the House. Those who are in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand. All hands are raised. Motion is approved.
I move to pass resolution authorizing the local chief executive to enter into contract of service with 𝐇𝐀𝐏𝐿ights Lights and Sound Rental.
Another motion from Honorable Lowry to pass a resolution authorizing the local chief executive to enter into contract of service with 𝐇𝐀𝐏𝐿ights Lights and Sound Rental. Seconded by
Second.
Honorable Perrin and Honorable Quadrisal. Comments? Let's divide the House. Those who are in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All hands are raised except that of Honorable Perrin. So, you're raising your hand. All hands are raised. Motion is approved. So, okay.
Next item, announcement from the table of secretary first.
Thank you. For the announcement, memorandum number 85-2025 to the Municipal Vice Mayor, Sangguniang Bayan Member, Committee on Finance and Appropriation, Department Heads, and CSO Representative. The subject is a budget forum for fiscal year 2026. Attendance to the June 16, 2025 at GSO Conference Room, GSO Building, Anahawan, Maramag, Bukidnon, supposedly at 8 o'clock in the morning for the budget forum. Signed by the authority of the Municipal Mayor, Seraphim Sabelina.
So it's supposed to be now, di ba?
Yes, Honorable Presiding Officer.
So we're supposed to...
The Vice Mayor and the Committee on Finance and Appropriation only, Honorable Presiding Officer, as mentioned in the memorandum.
lang ang ano, but
Yes, Honorable Presiding Officer.
it's morning, di ba?
Yes, but I think
Until happens all day?
Yes.
Committee on Finance?
Finance Appropriation, Honorable President.
Appropriations only?
As mentioned in the memo, Honorable Presiding Officer.
As well as the Vice Mayor?
Yes, Honorable
So,
Presiding Officer.
considering that this will already be the budget for the incoming year, we would request the incoming Vice Mayor to be the one who will be present during the budget call.
Honorable Presiding, we already communicated to the Budget Office as this is also this is a budget forum. They had requested that the Vice Mayor, the current Vice Mayor, will attend the budget forum.
Okay, that's noted.
Okay. As the budget, as the municipal Vice Mayor-elect will attend on the budget preparation as they had
Okay.
instructed to us. Thank you.
Sige. Okay.
And
the budget forum.
Budget preparation.
Di ba, budget preparations. It's the budget call. That's the time that we are supposed to submit the budget.
Yeah.
So,
It's just
I
a
think
forum.
it's
Forum lang man. Anyway.
Yes.
yeah, but
Leave it at the discretion.
From the Office of the Municipal Mayor to Honorable Maribeth Estrella Lopez, kind attention to the Secretary to the Sangguniang, the request to use SB Conference Room as holding area for the NSED full-scale exercises on June 19, 2025.
What?
Conference room.
conference room
They
lang.
will borrow the
Like,
conference room for the NSED full-scale as to cater the guests and visitors. Another letter from the Office of the Municipal Mayor is to request for the wireless microphones to be used on June 19 as well. And letter from the Office of the Municipal Mayor to Honorable Maribeth Estrella Lopez. Subject is a request for the presence of the Sangguniang Bayan members during the NSED full-scale exercises dry run on June 17. Special mention to Honorable Esther Cuadrasal and Honorable Lorraine Laure. Your attendance is needed at 7:30 a.m. at the lobby of the Municipal Hall. And as to the Sangguniang Bayan members, a dry run June 17 tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. at the lobby of the Municipal Hall.
yes, it's a national drill.
Simultaneous earthquake drill.
Earthquake drill, and we will be the ones na on the spotlight because that will be covered and that will be actually, I don't know, from what I recall, na sa TV live siya nga coverage. So para bang usa lang ka munisipyo ang gihatagan sa drill nga mo execute sa tanan, pero it's going to be watched all over the Philippines. So that's why we need your participation for the purpose of declaring a state of whatever. So state of calamity, that's why we need to be present. Kay kita man kuno ang mag-discuss and do the necessary declaration. It's part of the usual, like anticipating that not anticipating, but in the event, no? Dapat kabautag unsay buhaton. So, that's noted. Everyone's requested to be here tomorrow at 8:30, except the two ladies who should be here earlier,
6.
because they will be part among the victims.
Entertainment like no other.
Kinahalan practice kay basing kunog di mahakwat.
Dapat mag-best actress.
Yes. So, any... Okay. So, let's have the announcements. Again, Honorable Quadrasal.
Committee hearing, Committee on Senior Citizens is scheduled June 18, time 9 a.m. Item about the senior citizen. Please invite committee members, Honorable Laurie proponent, Ma'am Daisy Lacubtan, Ma'am Sir John Aldrin Abilia, Sir Henry Cordero, and Ma'am Teresita Naliano, Oscahead. Thank you.
Okay, that's noted. Anyone else who has a schedule to reserve for the week, except Thursday? Honorable Larry.
Committee on Laws on 18th, 9 a.m., item 5.4. I would like to invite the members on Committee on Laws, Mr. Rafi Sabilina, representative from CMU, representative from Mothers for Peace, and representative from Canosa Mothers Class, representative from Bamsay, Ms. Daisy Lacubtan, and representative from the SMSLP Association. Also, on the same date, 10th in the morning, for the newly referred item laws, and that's the Committee on Laws and Barangay Affairs. I would like to invite the members and the chairman for Committee on Laws and Committee on Barangay Affairs, Honorable Robert Baqueque, Honorable Neil Palomero, Barangay Treasurer, Ms. Narjim Cantil, Ms. Elena Rabaya. And on the same day, 10:30 in the morning for item 11.6, same members of Chair of Committee on Laws and Barangay Affairs, Honorable Reynaldo Bon, Punong Barangay of Calambogon, Barangay Kagawad and Finance of Calambogon, Barangay Treasurer of Calambogon, Ms. Narjim Cantil, and Ms. Elena Rabaya. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. That's noted. Anyone else? Wala na. Any motion?
Motion for adjournment.
There's a motion to adjourn. Who made the motion? Honorable Wilin and then Honorable Quadrasal. Any seconded?
Second.
Unanimously seconded. So thank you so much, everyone, for the perfect attendance, as well as for the very active discussion, all the inputs. Special thanks to those who rendered reports and took on the responsibility for the unassigned portion. Thank you so much, everyone. We are adjourned at exactly 11:57 per our timepiece.